Hey, it's Mix Lee. I thought now would be a good time for another little death chat. I preface this one by saying I am not an industry professional. I'm like a first quarter student, so I consider myself essentially just a lay person with enthusiasm to talk about death. And the reason I want to say that is just because the purpose of having these little death chats is not like to be like, hi, I'm here to educate you on everything about death. It's actually because I think that regular people, me included, we should all be more comfortable talking about death and thinking about death and acknowledging that death is inevitable. I actually do think that's very, very helpful. So that's kind of the goal with these videos, is to basically just get you thinking and hopefully talking with me just about random things that have to do with death. So yeah, with that being said, that's, my little tiny disclaimer. But what I wanted to talk about today was disposition, and could a type of disposition, a mode of disposition, be disrespectful in and of itself? So a disposition is just like how you lay the person to rest, be it traditional funeral, you've got your casket and all of that stuff, and they get buried in the ground. Or if you can do natural burial, where you get buried in the ground but there's no casket and there's no chemicals. You can do cremation, which even though it's over 50% of people get cremated nowadays, when cremation was first, well, not first, people have been burning bodies for a long time, but when cremation made its rounds again in the Middle Ages, a lot of religious people were actually super appalled with the idea of burning a body. What sacrilege, how disrespectful. But then now, it's not really weird. Most people think it's not disrespectful. And then there's something called aquamation, or water cremation, or flameless cremation, that uses water instead of flame. And even though cremation is pretty widely accepted, aquamation is still something that some people think is weird. Oh, I don't want to boil grandma. Well, burning her doesn't seem much different, but I can respect that everybody's got different ideas on that. And that's kind of my question today, is do you have an idea of how you would like your final resting to look? And is there anything that you think is just inherently disrespectful? For me personally, I kind of want a natural burial, something eco-friendly, probably not something that has a headstone or a marker where my survivors could go look at and find and know the exact location of me. That's not really the point of what I want to do. So, but is that disrespectful? And who is it disrespectful to? To respect my wishes. If my family didn't like that, is it disrespectful that that's even an option? I'm just curious to know what your thoughts are. If you have any thoughts, if the thought of having thoughts about it scares you. I remember being super nervous to check the little box on my license that says I'm an organ donor, because I was like, oh, it's official now, I'm gonna die. So, I can understand the feeling of if I talk about it, it makes it real. But I think it's important to talk about. That's why I try to talk about it. That's why I'm going to mortuary school. I'm a kind of person who would rather lean into discomfort than away from it. And boy, is death discomforting at times. So, yeah, I just want to hear from you. What do you think? Is there anything that's disrespectful? Is it disrespectful to not put a body in a casket? Is it disrespectful to burn it? Is it disrespectful to boil it? Is it, do you have any thoughts on that? There's Tibetan sky burial. You let animals eat your body, but it's considered an honor in certain places. So, yeah, I'm curious to know. Let me know, okay? Thanks.